Hi, beautiful women. I'm looking forward to seeing you for our last 13 Moon session on January 7th. This session is the culmination of all of the individual sessions in the sense that we are honoring our wisdom. Everything that we've accumulated in this journey together in 13 Moons, where we honor the spiritual life cycle of a woman, and everything that we've been through has been a facet of our journey. And at this 13th session, we honor the accumulation of the journey on so many different levels. And so with that in mind, we want to put, as we always do, our magical glasses on, our medicine glasses on, as we examine and really look at the sacredness of the feminine, the sacredness of ancestry, the opportunity to not only reflect upon who has walked in our life before us that has opened the doorway for us in our lives, in our families, in our mentors in our lives, and in the unseen realm that has opened those gates before us, and lineage paths and the wisdom keepers, but also collectively, how we view aging, how we view older women in our life, and how we could view all of what I've just described in a way that allows for such a deep, rich, almost like library of sacred feminine. When we revision, when we remember that known and unknown, there is so much understanding that eldership and wisdom carries with it. In our current culture today, I would say we're really reclaiming that a lot, and there are a lot of women that as they're aging are busting through the myths of aging or the expectations of aging, that are really claiming their sense of style and curiosity and work, purposeful work and activism, and at the same time allowing themselves to really say that they're savoring that phase and era of their life in a very different way than the last several generations perhaps has been marginalized to do so, or let's say singularly been encouraged to do so. And so at this session we're going to be kind of looking at all of that, so that as we move forward in our age and time of eldership, or sometimes we use words like crone, and even that old word of hag, which a lot of people think of as just such a negative connotation to it, but is really like a very wild wisdom keeper witch in a lot of traditions when we talk about that. So it's just opening up to all those archetypes again that allow us to feel free to put our own signature and our own identity to our aging, just like we've done in every other part of our life, to emancipate that and liberate it, and also so to see the women around us in a different lens in that way, and at the same time to encourage ourselves, regardless of what age we are, to really allow for that as well. So one of the things we're going to be doing is honoring our ancestors. We invite everybody to take and bring a picture of whether it's a grandmother, it's an aunt, it's maybe a family friend, it was a teacher, someone that really meant a great deal to them, that was a wisdom keeper for them, and we want to honor them. And so if we have a picture, we bring their picture, and we tell a story or make a reference to how they really taught us in our lives. Sometimes it's the light and sometimes it's the dark. Sometimes we find ourselves talking about someone that has been challenging in our life, but as we look back, we find that their teaching was really instrumental in awakening perhaps something that we found we needed to value and cherish because it was absent in our life, or we started to get compassion around what their pain or what their limitation was really about as well. So we have a circle, a special talking circle, to honor someone that we want to remember in our lives, and we create an ancestral altar to embody that as well. We also do something around the completion ritual of 13 Moons, where at every 13 Moons we give a gemstone that helps imbue the particular theme that we have for the month. And we invite all the women to bring all their gemstones. Some women have come to every session, some have only come to some, but whatever you have come to 2016, you're invited to bring your stones, and we thread them all together into a beautiful bracelet. And so there's a sense of, again, threading every single experience in our life so that it begins to come together. So it forms something that is a sacred hoop. And as we So in the spirit of this, in the symbol of this, and literally you will walk out with a keepsake of your journey in 13 moons, and that will always be with you. The sacred hoop of 13 moons, your experience of your sisterhood, every step that you've taken on this reminds you of your walk in life, the sacredness, the beauty, the uniqueness, and then the wholeness of it. So it's a really beautiful experience because it also gives us that taste of what it was like for, again, our ancestors who came together to quilt or to cook or to create special projects or even wash their clothes in the lake in the morning and talk about everything that they went through in their lives. My grandmother used to always make time for her card games with her friends, and it was so much more than the card games. It was really an opportunity to get together and to have those deep and those sweet moments that in a way fortified their lives. And so we have a wonderful little moment of experience of that as well. So we really invite you to come to our January 7th session. This is one book that I really love. It's called Wise Women, and in it, it's got so many pictures of contemporary versions of how women move through their eldership years in their outrageous individual expression of that, and also in their telling their story in that way. So it's one of the books. Anybody who comes to 13 Moons knows that I always have several books that we tap into as different ways to explore our journey. So please do come with us, and then we'll also be opening our door just 1 week later on Sunday the 15th for our free complimentary overview of the 2017 journey of 13 Moons. And so we really invite those who've been along the journey with us to come and to share with the new women who are curious about taking this plunge of awakening the goddess within and their sacredness, and being able to do a lot of healing and a lot of growth and a lot of discovery, and discovering that their wise wisdom, no matter how old they are, for their sisters that are looking for their beauty as well. So I encourage you to come once again for our January 7th beautiful culmination and rite of passage as we celebrate once again, and happy holidays to everyone.